Welcome all. Let me explain you what all features came up with GPT-5. So GPT-5 introduced a smarter brain. What does it mean? Think of it having a better common sense than earlier GPT versions. GPT-5 understands context over much longer conversations, like remembering the plot of a whole novel, not just a chapter. Now with the smarter brain, it basically have longer and deeper memory. Earlier models like GPT 3.5 or GPT-4 could remember a few thousand tokens before losing track, whereas GPT-5 can handle massive context windows. This means it can follow very long conversations, recall details from many turns ago, and keep track of a whole novel, project, or legal case without forgetting. Now it comes with the improved common sense and reasoning. So it is trained on richer, more structured reasoning data, so it's less likely to make illogical jumps, more accurate on multi-step thinking, fewer hallucination when connecting facts, and it handles ambiguous questions better by asking clarifying questions instead of guessing wrong. Then talking about the multi-brain architecture, so GPT-5 isn't a single giant brain, it's more like a team of specialized sub-brains coordinating by a router. So when you ask something, quick simple requests go to a fast reasoning engine, whereas complex multi-step problems go to a deep reasoning engine, and creative task gets routed to a creative generation units. So this allows it to be both faster and smarter than a single all-purpose brain. So let's consider that if GPT-4 was a talented person who could do many things but had to do them one at a time, GPT-5 is like a smart manager with a whole team of experts, picking the right one for each job instantly. So next capability is that GPT-5 is more multimodal. That means it can handle images, audio and video together, not just text. You can give it a picture, a paragraph, a voice note, and it will combine them to answer. So GPT-5 is no longer limited to reading and writing text. It can process multiple data types at once and connect them intelligently, which enhances the input flexibility. That means you can feed it text, images, audio and video in the same prompt, and it doesn't just process them individually, it cross-references them to give richer answers. For example, suppose you give GPT-5 a picture of a mechanical part, a paragraph describing a machine malfunction, and a voice note of someone explaining the noise it makes. So you are giving an image, a text as well as an audio. So GPT-5 can identify the parts in the image, cross-check it with the written description of the malfunction, interpret the audio for patterns in the noise, and then it will diagnose the malfunction. Now why this matters compared to older GPT models? So in older GPT models, they could only process text and later images separately, but not deeply integrated with other formats. Whereas in GPT-5, it thinks across format in one reasoning chain, so it can merge visual clues, sound and written context to form conclusion. Now the real world usage is in medical, where you can upload an x-ray, patient symptoms in text and doctor's audio notes for one integrated assessment. Then another use case is in education, where you show a historical photo, give a description and an audio expert, based on which GPT-5 explains the whole event, combining all the sources. And another usage is in security, where you feed it a CCTV footage, incident reports and an audio recordings of a witness to build a complete incident summary. So this is about multimodal capability of GPT-5. Next is video understanding. So GPT-5 doesn't just see still images, it can analyze moving scenes now. So you can upload a short clip and ask to summarize what is happening, what mood does it convey, what key objects or event are in it. GPT-5 can process and interpret videos as easily as it handles text, meaning it doesn't just read subtitles, it actually analyzes the visual and audio content within the video itself. So the key capability under this area is frame by frame analysis, audio visual alignment. It can match spoken words, background sounds and music with corresponding visuals, and contextual scene understanding. So it goes beyond detecting objects, it understands the scene's purpose or meaning. And multimodal question answering. So you can ask GPT-5 questions about a video that requires combining visual and audio clues with any provided text. And summarization and captioning is another thing, where it creates accurate description or summaries of entire video or a specific scene. So we have already discussed about cross-modal reasoning, which can combine video, image, text, audio in a single reasoning chain, and then GPT-5 will come up with a conclusive answer or conclusive summary about that. Next feature of GPT-5 is better memory. So it can keep track of what you said earlier in a conversation without repeating details to it all the time. And it feels more like talking to a person who actually remembers your chat. So it basically comes with a longer retention span. It can remember more details across much longer conversation without needing re-prompt. It has a smarter recall, retrieves the past context with higher accuracy and avoid pulling in irrelevant past details. And it has session to session memory. So it is better at recalling facts and preferences from previous chat if memory is on, not just within one session. It follows human-like memory style, means it feels more natural, remembers the important bits, forgets forget the noise and connects ideas like a person would. And multi-topic context separation. So it can store and recall separate conversation thread without mixing them together. The next feature is multiple personalities. So you can switch between different assistant style instantly. For example, friendly teacher, strict fact checker, creative storyteller, coding partner. Now in the older versions also we can define the personalities, but what's the difference between older versions of GPT and GPT-5 with respect to multiple personalities? So in older versions, personality is basically just used for defining tone dressing. So you could make it sound friendly, sarcastic or formal, but its reasoning pipeline stayed the same. Whereas in GPT-5, personality basically covers full cognitive mode swap. The reasoning style is step-by-step logic, risk tolerance, and even how it uses tool changes, not just the wording. So it's like in older GPT versions, you were putting the same brain in different costumes, whereas in GPT-5, you can swap in different brains mid-conversation, each with its own problems solving habits. Next feature is it's more accurate and safer. It has fewer hallucination. Hallucination means made up facts, and it gives better sourced, more reliable information. Another thing is GPT-5 is having better integration. It works more smoothly with external tools, email like Gmail, spreadsheets and API. And it can act as a smart agent that fetches data, runs tasks and give results all inside one chat. So it gives better coding results compared to older GPT versions. So it creates cleaner code by default. It includes doc strings, type hints, and follows style guides without extra prompting. It produces safer code. It anticipates edge cases and validates inputs automatically. And it's better at multi-step tasks. That is, it can code, review, optimize, and test in one go. And it thinks before coding. So it outlines algorithm and trade-offs first. And it creates more accurate APIs, that is, fewer hallucinated methods or syntax errors. And it adapts to style, which maintains consistent coding style across long projects. Now talking about biggest GPT-5 jumps over GPT-4. So it has 4 to 8 times bigger context. We have already seen that. Video understanding. GPT-5 can watch a video, understand it, and give summaries, explanation, or answers questions about what happens over time. It has adaptive reasoning that switches between fast and deep. So fast mode is basically quick, lightweight response for simple questions or casual chats, whereas deep mode is slower, more detailed, and methodological thinking for complex problems that requires step-by-step reasoning. GPT-5 has more real-time integrations with external tools, and GPT-5 has custom personalities and better voice AI, and it has much deeper safety testing and lower hallucination rate. Now to give you an example, I have shared this video with GPT-5 and I have asked GPT-5 to summarize it. So it was able to summarize that video. So it summarizes something like this. So this video shows Amira skating. So Amira is my daughter's name. So it can basically made out from this file name. Starting in position, then gliding forward smoothly and ending having covered some distance, likely completing a short skating move or practice run. And when I asked GPT-5 to elaborate more, it basically elaborated more on this particular video. So this is a very cool feature of GPT-5 where it can analyze the video and summarize as per the prompt that you are giving. So this is the quick video on some of the unique features of GPT-5 which got launched a couple of days back, that is on 7th of August. I hope this video is able to give you a quick understanding on GPT-5.